In high school, I took 11 AP courses and exams for all of them, and now I am currently a college student at Northwestern University. Being that I'm now a college student, I have a lot more perspective as to what AP scores actually matter and which ones are kind of just a waste of time. I am an electrical engineering major, however, I will try to make this list as general as possible so it applies to everyone, and then I will go into certain major specifics as well after that. For reference, the APs I took are AP Calculus AB, AP Calculus BC. I know, I took both for some reason. AP Lang, AP Stats, AP Physics 1 and Physics 2, AP World, History, AP Psych, AP Macroeconomics, AP Gov, and AP Human Geography. Like I said, I will talk about which APs I was glad that I took, which ones I wish that I took, and which ones I regret taking. I understand that this AP exam season can be very stressful for people, so it's important to actually prioritize which exams to study for and not study for everything evenly. So first, I will go over the most important AP exams to score well on. Like, you really want to try and get a 5 on these exams. And there's only 2 right here. So these are the S tier exams. And I'm gonna have to say it is AP Lang and AP Calculus BC. These are the 2 tests that you absolutely have to get a 5 on. And if you're relatively new to taking AP exams, getting a 5 does not mean you have to get a perfect score. You can aim for around like a 70% on the test and you will likely be in that 4 to 5 range. Now, I will say AP Lang is probably the most important exam by far, in my opinion, even more important than Calculus BC. And because this actually applies to absolutely everyone at most universities. Most universities will have you take writing and English classes. So if you can get a 5 on this exam, you can probably skip 1, 2, maybe even 3 classes. I got a 3 on my AP Lang test, unfortunately. And so what that meant was that I had to take 3 additional English classes during my time in college. I skipped 1, so it would have been 4. But had I gotten a 5, then I would have been completely done with the credit. By being able to skip up to 4 classes, you are saving a lot of time and potentially thousands of dollars as well. I will say there is a slight caveat to the calculus exam. This is very important if you are anywhere in STEM at all, but if you are planning to study something that is just completely humanities, no STEM, no math required, then calculus is probably not really going to benefit you. But this doesn't apply only to engineering majors or like hardcore STEM majors. Even if you are pre-med or if you are economics, business, you likely will have to get a calculus credit. So taking calculus BC is always worth it. And just saying, it is much easier to get a 5 on the AP calculus exam than to have to take it in college. And it's going to be much harder to get an A in your class, and it's just kind of a waste of time in general when you could have taken it in high school. For those of you who don't know the difference, AP Calculus AB is the equivalent to Calculus 1 in college, and then BC is the equivalent to Calculus 2 in college. So you get both of those credits. If you only take AB, then you have to take Calculus 2 by itself, which is harder. It's actually easier to get a 5 on Calculus BC, the AP exam, because it's combined with AB material. So if you just know your AB material really well, you can also score very well on the BC portion. But if you take Calculus 2 in college, you are just taking Calculus 2, which is going to make the class much harder. You are also given an AB subscore on the BC exam, right? So there's literally no reason not to take the BC exam, even if you are enrolled in the AB class. Now for the A tier AP exams, in my opinion, are going to be AP Economics, can be macro or micro, doesn't really matter, AP Stats, AP Lit, for a very similar reason as AP Lang, and either AP US or World History or both. I actually did not take AP US History, but I took AP World and AP Human Geography, AP Gov. So I actually completed all of my general requirement for that social science area. So I still did not have to take any history related classes. You will most likely have general education requirements at your school unless you're going to Brown. So these in this list will likely cover a lot of those general education requirements, which again is just going to save you a lot of time and allow you to focus on the classes that actually matter towards your major. And again, it will potentially save you thousands of dollars. Who doesn't like money? Now, before I get into the AP exams that I think don't matter at all, I want to go into some major specifics. So first, let's talk about STEM intensive majors. So this is gonna be like CS, raw math, or like physics majors, engineering majors, etc. If you are in this boat, then AP Calculus BC, again, I'm going to reiterate it. I'm going to emphasize this. This is your best friend. This is going to allow you to skip 2 math classes, Calculus 1 and Calculus 2, so you don't fall behind. And most people in competitive colleges have already passed these classes, and they're starting with Calc 3, Calc 4, linear algebra, differential equation. It really depends on the order that your school offers these math classes. But the point is you still have a lot more math to take during college, so why do you want to take 2 more classes? You should just really try to get a 5 on Calculus BC and skip those 2 classes. Then I would also say AP Physics C. I would not really suggest AP Physics 1 or AP Physics 2 because these are algebra based, and algebraic physics is not really how we do physics in college. It's all calculus based. So if you take Physics C, then it's a lot more applicable and your credits might actually transfer over. But it really depends on your school, so look into what school you actually want to go to. Now, the next one for engineers, I would say, is AP Computer Science A. And the reason why is this might potentially allow you to skip an introductory class to programming at your college, but it's honestly not that applicable because it is in Java, and a lot of the times you will be taking classes in Python, C or C++, Rust maybe, but you do mostly want to just take this class to make yourself competitive when you are applying to college, so it actually looks like you're interested in the courses that you will be taking as a STEM major. The next major I want to go over is the pre-med track, and I think the 2 classes that are very important here I think are pretty obvious: AP Bio and AP Chem. Now, these also aren't really that effective when it comes to skipping ahead and skipping classes. Maybe a very, very basic introductory class, but for the most part, these are, again, just to show the schools that you're interested in this major, and it will make your application more competitive. The last one is going to be business, econ, finance majors. Here, again, Calculus BC is going to help you because you do usually have to take Calc 1 or Calc 2, and then also taking some kind of AP Econ, AP Stats. These are also going to help you a lot as well. And just one more bonus one, if you are like pre-law humanities, then make sure you take some kind of AP History class, AP Gov, and maybe even AP Lit could fit into here as well. Finally, I'm going to talk about the overrated AP exams. Now, this is basically everything that I didn't really mention. Maybe there are a few caveats, especially if it's very aligned to the major that you are applying for. But if it's not, then it's most likely just kind of a waste of time, to be honest. These might sometimes go towards general education requirements, which can be helpful, but maybe it'll just be 1 credit, and it really is a maybe. It depends on the school. But for example, AP Psych, this is a class that I took. I got a 5 on the AP exam. It's notoriously easy to get a 5 on that exam, but it actually did get general education requirement for this class as well, but I wouldn't necessarily take it again. I don't think it was really that valuable for me. However, I did find the class interesting, so if you are taking a class purely just for the love of the game and not because you're trying to get some kind of benefit out of it, then that's your decision. Other ones I would put in this boat are probably like AP Environmental Science, AP Arts, AP Music Theory. Again, unless these are related to your major or you're just very interested in this. For example, I like music, so AP Music Theory. I didn't take it, but maybe that is a class I would take if I had an extra slot. But if you are taking it instead of something else that would be more valuable, or it's causing you to lack time to do other things, and maybe your other grades are going to be slipping because of it, then that is just not worth it in my opinion. So hopefully this video was helpful. I want to wrap this up. I don't want to make the video too long and just be purely informational to you guys. I just want to emphasize that the number of AP exams that you take does not matter. I took 11 APs. My brother took, I think, 5 or 6, and we both got into Northwestern for electrical engineering. So it really doesn't matter. It's the fact that we took the same quality AP exams, and then I just took a whole bunch of additional meaningless AP exams that didn't really add much to my application, nor did it really help me as far as credits go. So please don't stress about how many AP exams you're taking, and also don't stress about getting a 5 on every single AP exam you're taking either. Just really prioritize the ones that align with your major and are going to give you the biggest benefit in general. It really is about quality and not quantity here. Anyways, leave a comment if you agree or disagree with anything here, or if you have any questions in general. My name is Emmett. Peace out.